Hey there, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review. We're back with reviewing of season two of Chain Soldier, episode 19. And so now that the whole banquet thing is over with with Himari's family, and so she wants to train a bit more, and even her mom is help giving a hand. But since she accidentally held to Yuki's chain, right, he has a different form, and his form was though interesting. He can absorb attacks like he's rubber. I think the point also is rubber. He can stretch his arms like it's rubber as well with fast attacks. I thought it was kind of a different thing how he can deflect attacks like a kick, and he's absorbing it like he's made out of rubber. And because of that, now since she share the reward with her daughter, they both get to get in on the reward too. And so by the time they get back, Himari gives Yuki his reward by pouring honey, eating some honey, and then kiss. I would say swapping in the honey in her mouth and give it to Yuki in his mouth. I'm like, oh boy. Listen, this keeps getting looter and looter. And even and Himari's mom, and she puts the honey on her big, what's. So Ava Yuki is like just like I know it's her mom though, but he has to do it, otherwise the reward is not over. It can't be over yet. So unless he does it, so he has to, of course, puts his face in between them. And so I'm like, watch. I'm like, the rewards keeps getting looter and looter. So afterwards, like Kyoka is kind of like getting agitated, because everyone keeps on borrowing Yuki for his ability. There's a point where she has like a nightmare where that the commanders meetings and everyone's using Yuki to sit on top of all the commanders are sitting on top of him. And but eventually the point where when they're on the beach together, at this point they do because it's summer vacation, they do go to the beach, and Shushu is trying to attempt to get alone time with Yuki, but it doesn't pan out. Up until the point where they get to watch a sunset together, and Yuki's saying, "Oh, Shushu, you look cuter than usual." So, but the point, the one thing is that Yuki gets to say, hey, having people borrow my abilities, take all these different forms is fun though, but Kyoka is saying like, "Hey, Kyoka, you're the only one I need," and that kind of made her feel better, right? Because like you're my only one true slave. So that kind of gave her it made her give her more of a confidence boost, basically. And then they get a signal warning because there's because the gods are have come back, as they get that a certain single warning when the gods are showing up, and and it's legitimate. And we see back with that girl who the new god they hatched, that hatchling, right? Well, she's out when we saw her enter the real world. Because she takes this girl, which was on this model who was on the cover of this magazine, which Shushu was training with earlier, and so takes her, and she's been taking other people as well, because she's gonna feed off of them later. It's like, oh boy, I'm starving. Well, I don't think it didn't exactly kill them, because it's more like absorb them, because like I said, like with Yuki's older sister, her friends that were taken, and so and that's why the new guy got the inherited the personalities and the traits of her two friends. So I think they're not gonna. I don't think they're not dead. I think they're just inside the god. I think. So she's out all these people hung upside down, like like the predator hangs their victims upside down, right? And she has like plenty of more to eat from. or I would say absorb them. I would say, but so, but they get the issue of the threat, and so, and now the next battle is beginning now. Since the banquet is over with, and now they get to focus on more on training. They're focusing more on the training. Well, they get to have fun on the beach as well, though. But now the threat has come back. Now they have to fight again. So, but still a decent episode. I'm just laughing because the Yuki's rewards keep getting looter and looter. You know, I'm watching. I'm like, jeez, oh man. But overall, though, it was still a decent still a decent episode though. But at least you know that Yuki is giving Kyoka confidence that I'm the only true slave for you. You know, giving her the confidence boost. You know. But overall, though, it was still a fun, still decent episode though. Not I would say not much like the last one though, but still decent enough. But anyway, yeah, it's much more shorter than usual. But that's basically the wins. Point A and point B plot in the episode is easy to describe though. So, but overall though, it was still a decent episode. I still enjoy the series so far still, but this episode was decent enough for me. But until the real battle begins though, so. But anyway, but thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time. Later.